Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we didn't get to during the course of the show today. I was just on TikTok right before this going through, and I found this comedian, Drew Lynch, who I think was on one of the comedy shows like America's Got Talent or something like that. I thought he had a speech impediment, but there's times...
Oh, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah, but there's times when I see him where it's kind of regulated and stuff.
Very dialed in.
Yeah, I can't remember what his affliction was. But there's times he's really funny. Sometimes he goes a little off. But I found this, he was talking about Southwest, charging for bags, and I've been very frustrated by that recently. And because I was thinking about it too, I'm like, well, I mean, you have to pay bags for the other companies and stuff, but is it really that big of a deal? And I started thinking about it. On the other planes, it's Southwest planes that are horrible. When you're on the other planes, you get a screen in front of you, you get entertainment, you whatever you want. You get headphones and stuff, and you can do things. But and you got chargers at your seat. And Southwest planes, most of them, there's no entertainment. You got to bring your own phone, put it on your thing. There's no chargers, no USB chargers, no anything. Their planes are not all that great, especially for long flights. And you're not getting a guaranteed seat. You are paying and bringing your own entertainment, snacks, debatable. And then it's now you're going to charge us for bags too. Your only competitive advantage was that you used to be cheaper than everybody. That changed, and at least you weren't charging for bags. Now you're everybody else, and you have worse accommodations.
But what if they had to keep up with the times? What if the price of gas was getting too high and they just couldn't make ends meet?
The bag,
if they were losing money,
right? But they weren't. They've been making money for years. Their service. Now I will say this. Generally, by and large, their service and their flight attendants and things like that are much happier and nicer to be in the air with. So that is a selling point for them.
Okay.
But this was funny. I want to see if I can play this. I didn't have time to pull it because I literally was just listening to it. I'm going to put my phone up to the mic and see if you can hear this. But Drew Lynch's analogy of Southwest I thought was pretty good.
I mean, I was able to overlook a whole lot of stuff that was going on in the Southwest because I was saving money. You understand? That's like if Olive Garden started to charge for breadsticks. You just start looking around. You're like, oh, it's a Fazoli's.
That's good. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I thought that was really on point. So
He's funny.
Go. And now we know that we can play clips of audio off my phone into the mic. That's nice. So a lot of good things have happened here
today. That doesn't mean, though, that every TikTok you find funny, you need to play for
We don't
the
know.
potties.
We don't know. We might have some.
The door that's open.
I know that you make fun of my TikTok usage, but you are pot hello kettle. You use TikTok a lot.
Okay. Pot and kettle.
Yeah.
Let's compare how much time we've spent on TikTok.
Real quick,
Since when? What day?
You name it.
Pick a day last week.
Sunday. How about Sunday?
Sunday of last week.
No, Sunday yesterday.
Yesterday.
No.
Yesterday. It's
Saturday.
new.
No.
Why?
Because you were busy making that desk and you didn't have time. Sunday of last week, and so that would have been, today's the 17th.
Do you guys think TikTok, I'm getting way more ads on TikTok.
I want you to go back all the way to the 15th. Okay?
I gotta find out how to find this again. Wait a minute. Where is it? Is it under general? Oh no, screen time. There we go. So go back to Sunday of last week.
The 15th.
How do I do that? Okay, I'm in Sunday this week.
How do you do that?
See all activity today, March 17th, week.
How do you choose a specific day?
How is she doing? Oh, you just scroll through it.
Okay, we're seeing it.
March 2nd through the 9th. What do you got?
Okay.
Or last week's average. Sunday?
Yeah, the 15th.
Sunday, Monday.
All right, I'm showing the 15th through yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
And I want you to look at your Sunday, TikTok usage, okay? TikTok usage only.
There's no way.
Yeah, you scroll.
No, I'm saying there's no way.
Oh, have you found yours?
Oh, it was only an hour and 17.
On one day?
Yeah. That's it.
This is
I don't believe that.
Honest, truthful.
Saturday, March 15th?
Honest, truthful.
Or yesterday.
No.
Yes.
Let me see it.
That's right there.
No.
I thought we were looking at Sunday. I
said the
What
whole
day?
week.
Oh, the whole week?
Oh, this is so confusing.
That's going to be different. The week of Sunday, March 9th. Oh, wait, you said the 15th?
15th.
Okay, yesterday, the 16th. Son of a gun.
This is hard to find.
You want me to find yours, Gavin?
Yeah. You go answer my question.
Oh wait, I gotta look at the week. Hold on.
Week. Okay, so we're moving it over.
It's good audio experience.
So what you do is,
I know
this was this week. You just scroll over. Okay. Oh, okay. So we see Gavin's.
And this is, what day was this again?
This is the whole week.
Oh, this is just the whole week.
Yeah.
Of how,
last week. Okay, I have last week's average of
still...
10 hours and 4 minutes of last week on TikTok. Oh wait, that's not right.
Are you serious?
What?
Of just TikTok alone?
No, that was my average of the week was 10 hours and 4 minutes.
On
but
TikTok?
Then,
on TikTok.
No, but then when
You're giving me answers to things I'm not asking for. That's why it's confusing.
Well, it shows that TikTok was 9 hours for that week.
So you spent 9 hours on TikTok last week?
Yeah, I did, doing work for the show.
Oh, sure you did. Okay, Gavin, what was yours?
Okay, for TikTok alone, hour 43.
Okay.
What? I was on Twitter for like 6 hours then.
All right. Pot, hello, kettle.
Yeah, what were you?
0.
What? No
TikTok.
See,
at
you
all.
just picked a day. You didn't look at TikTok for a week.
A whole week.
That's a lie. That is a lie straight from the pits of HE double hockey sticks.
No, I found myself not using it.
No.
Yes. Look, Gavin's looking at it.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. No, she was like,
hello, do you want to apologize now?
No, because she was in such a bad mood last week. Remember those days where she was hard to deal with? Now I know why.
No. So it says 7 hours on YouTube, but that was because I was watching Candace Owens and all her videos.
My clock has 19 hours because I have it on overnight. Facebook was 6 hours because that's all marketplace. That's all marketplace.
Man,
I never look at Facebook, but
Wait, so what was your average per day, guys?
10 hours and 4 minutes was the week average.
That doesn't make any sense because I'm at 3 hours and 30 minutes. There's no way you're on.
Yeah, you look at the very top.
Yeah, 10 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a lot.
That's for the week.
Well, that's average. Yeah, but that's averaging in his clock. Remember?
Yeah.
He's got his clock that's going in.
So my clock is 19 hours.
So that's wacky.
Well, mine says 4 hours and 11 minutes.
I have 54 minutes on Amazon shopping.
Nice. I think that I was on my phone a lot more before Bennett was born, though. So 3 hours and 30 minutes. I probably was on my phone 5 hours a day. Last year.
Texting was 3 hours.
2.5 for me.
A lot of texting, but yeah.
Wait a minute. If you scroll down, and it says the first used app after pickup.
Oh wait, pickups last. Oh, messages.
Oh, the Grinch.
Message, yeah, mine too.
First used is always messages, then TikTok, then Facebook Marketplace, then clock.
Clock.
I love that clock's in there for me.
Clock.
Calculator for 11 seconds. Wallet for 24.
Well, anyways, I'm not getting an apology, though I should be.
No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But 0 right here.
That's impressive. Like, it's almost like you were on a fast if you weren't on YouTube.
Well,
what are you watching on YouTube?
She said it.
I told you.
I missed it.
We were looking stuff up.
I was still scrolling, trying to figure out where I was. You're asking me 87 questions.
No, I asked you one, and you gave me 87 answers.
What were you on TikTok? Or
Candace Owens.
Oh, yeah, you have deep dived on her.
But also, I'm trying to do better about not spending as much time on my phone and social media, and I'm trying to read more.
Oh, that's good. That's healthy, I guess. Killed me the other day, I guess. Where was I? I was in a conversation with somebody, and my phone starts blowing up, and I did not want to be rude by picking up my phone, and because this is a person I haven't seen in a long time, but if you see
them all the time,
it's like nothing, whatever. But it's a person I hadn't seen in a long time, and we were specifically like meeting to talk and stuff, and so I didn't want to come off rude, but my phone is going off and I am losing my mind because it's in my pocket. And so I'm thinking about trying to get it out just so I could kind of see because I struggle with that.
We had just talked about that morning, and we had talked about how people said it is rude to reach for your phone.
Right, and I didn't.
But they did say if you're going to do it, if you feel like you need to do it, just call it out.
Yeah. Because
why didn't you do that?
I didn't really think about it, but towards the end I did, because I realized I had been at this lunch, coffee thing for almost 3 hours, and then my phone goes off, and I finally looked. I'm like, I gotta look at this. It was my wife going, "You okay, boy?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to tell my wife I had this meeting." And so so she calls me boy. And so it was like then at that point we both started checking our phone, and then we were done.
It's a good way to end a 3 hour.
I hate getting a text during a movie. Do you look at your text during a movie?
No.
Yeah.
What?
I was doing it last week.
I pull it out on the sly. Like, I pull it out of my pocket and I look down.
I mean, we're the only ones in some of the movies we've gone to.
I can understand, Gavin, why you would, because you have a little baby and there could be an emergency that pops up. But Wally, I don't understand.
Maybe my wife's been hit by a car.
Your wife was with us last time.
Your daughter.
Maybe she was going to be hit by a car.
You have no hills to stand on.
Yeah, I got a daughter.
She's got a fiance.
Yeah.
She's 20-something years old.
I'm her dad.
He doesn't negate his care.
Your dad's going to always love you, Toot. He's going to always be there for you.
I could call him, text him. He does not leave his phone on him.
Really?
No.
He
answers probably 50% of the time, but it's because he knows my mom has hers with her 24/7.
I will be.
Well, I say that, but the other day I called and she didn't.
I'll be interested to see if I ever change, because there is a point at which, you get older and you just don't care about that stuff anymore. But I'm super connected to this thing, and I'm curious if I get to the point where I retire and that it doesn't become as important to me. You know
what we should do? This would be so much fun.
What?
So much fun.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Get flip phones. Oh. Okay. Now we're not replacing our iPhone.
Yeah.
But we're getting them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a whole week of only flip phones. Okay. Okay. Only texting and only phone calls.
Oh no, texting's horrible. Like T9ing, back in the day, it's horrible. I would never text anybody.
We're gonna see who.
Oh, I would snap first. I'd be like, "Oh look, mine broke." I couldn't make it.
In some water.
What would you do? You said you are always bragging about how you could survive a zombie apocalypse. First thing that's going to go down is the grid.
Oh, I know.
What are you going to do? You can't have TikTok then.
That'd be terrifying.
What were you doing at what was life like before it?
Oh, I never texted anybody. With the flip phones, I refused to text anybody. I hated it because it took so long to type everything. And then once Apple came along and you got a keyboard, I'm like, this is great.
I'm just thinking back to the time frame, at least as a kid in high school, because I didn't get a phone until I was 16. But there were some days, and I'm just thinking back on it, I'd wake up, I'd watch SportsCenter at home, and then I'd go to school, and then I'd come home at 3 in the afternoon, and I'd watch a show.
Yeah.
That was a solid 9 hours, and I did not look at screens.
Sure.
Because all we had were projectors or marker boards at school. It's I didn't look at a screen for 9 hours. That's disgusting.
What I don't like is the ability to not get information right away.
Why?
Because I'm trying to settle an argument with my wife or somebody, and we're both debating something, and it's Google it. And before we had unlimited data, she would never Google anything. She'd wait till she got to Wi-Fi. But now she is turned into fact checker, and I'll say something that she's trying to figure out and prove me wrong. But then there are other times too where you're in a conversation with somebody, something comes up and you're like, oh, I wonder about that. And you're like, oh, let's find out. And you get the answer right away. That's what they say. Simon Sinek says that he's a business guy, and he's they don't allow phones into meetings because we don't wonder anymore. You don't go, how does nuclear fission work? And so you go, oh, here it is, versus going, I wonder if we could make something that could, kind of thing. It stifles your creativity, apparently. But not enough, because I'm still here every day. All right, let's get on to a couple things that we didn't get to in the show. Is there something vape shops won't sell?
Who?
Vape shops.
Vape shops.
Vape shops are when you've made some horrible decisions and you find yourself in a vape shop, or a lot of times a vape shop. I know people that do CBD gummies, for sleep and things like that.
Yeah, like Betty.
Like Betty. No, and it's one of the only places you can go buy them, but you've got to go into a vape shop, which is it's a weird microcosm of stoners and heshers pretending to not be stoners and heshers.
I had to go there with my Haley's grandpa was in town, and he uses that stuff just in his aged state where he just wanted to go, and going in, it just still feels like something that's straight out of the 2000s.
Yeah.
To me, they never feel modern. They feel like you should walk in and see baggy jeans and hats facing the other direction.
And those sticks that people used to hit at concerts, like where you would play with that thing that flipped back and forth. It's weird because they've always had these things. They used to be called head shops and stuff, and they would always have all these bongs basically made out of glass, artistic bongs, and so like, oh, but you smoke tobacco in it. All right, fine, right. Okay, we'll all agree to that lie.
What's with the question, though? You said, where does this go?
Oh,
yeah, what's the story?
This was really weird because now they are selling laughing gas in colorful canisters. What? Yeah. It's so weird. Like
that
traditionally, laughing gas is a sedative, like in dental offices and things like that. But whipped cream has nitrous in it. It's what helps it work, and that's what they used to call whippets. You would turn it upside. I'm not gonna tell you, but you would you would use the nitrous out of the container to get that high, and they called it whippets.
That's terrible.
Right, and so
how'd you find that out?
I don't know. Someone told me. I read a book.
Really?
But like people have misused that in years trying to get high, basically, because it interrupts the oxygen in your brain. Now there are companies that are selling these products that are they have them at vape shops in these little cans, and they're colored and fun, and they have flavors to them and things like that. And they say for culinary use only. So they always put like some fake disclaimer on it. And it's like for culinary use only. Now, what people choose to do with it, we can't say, but it's to get a quick high.
It can kill you, right?
I think if you did a whole ton of it, like all the time, maybe.
But if they're making it taste good and smell good or whatever, then you would be doing more than you should.
Exactly.
Right? Those people should be ashamed of themselves.
Exactly. There's no limits on it, because the government doesn't crack down on it because it says for culinary use. And so there's no federal limits on it and no requirements. It's just a really weird thing. Like if you go online, I don't know if you know this or not. You can make your own silencer for a weapon, and it's in these things called solvent traps, and there are all these like little
Don't tell people
discs.
how to do that either.
Well, yeah, okay. My point being, though, they say, it's a solvent trap that you use to catch particles from fuel or oil and things like that, and they sell it to you as a solvent trap. That's the disclaimer, kind of like for culinary use only, but everybody knows you're sticking them together and you're using them to make a silencer. Now those are highly illegal. If you get caught with it as a silencer, like it's illegal. But again, it's skirting the rules, and people they get by it, and it's well known, but it doesn't get stopped, which is really interesting to me. Like especially at like vape shops, you should. Then they probably don't have age limits on vape shops. You should have to be 18.
I think they've changed that
rule.
rule.
Do you?
I bet
yeah, because there are some younger people that have had lung issues.
Kids vaping in school and that kind of craziness.
Yeah.
I'm curious if vape shops. See, this is why we have Google. Gavin's Googling right now to find out.
He's using a computer.
It says sale, distribution of vapor products to persons under age 21 is prohibited.
That's sale, but not walking in.
Oh, walking in? Oh,
yeah.
I don't.
Anybody could walk in.
I'm saying they should. If it's a thing that's a product not designed for kids anyway, and that's all they have there, why would you let people in that are below the age?
But you can say the same for a grocery store. Like they sell alcohol and cigarettes, and it's like, well, the kids can walk in there too.
Yeah, but that's not all they're selling.
But yeah, this
is designed to sell you things that you are not allowed to buy if you're underage. There's not broccoli. But I'll tell you, a vape shop would be like, oh, wait, we've got to have broccoli so we can sell this other stuff? Sure, we'll do it. Because they'll do anything they can to skirt the issue.
I never see people in there. That's my thing, too. Is like, not that I've never gone into one except for recently, but I never see people going into those places. It seems like the kind of place that would struggle to make money. But
you sneak in and sneak out.
It does say 21 years old for Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, really?
To enter a vape shop.
That's good. That's how it should be.
Or any establishment selling tobacco or vaping products.
That's how it should be. That's actually a good thing. Lady Rock, what do you got?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Again?
Yes. But she recently opened up about her farm in Georgia that she shares with her husband, the John Bon Jovi
they
kid.
Do dog things.
She claims that she has 62 animals on her property, 25 farm animals, 23 foster dogs, 10 personal dogs, and 4 cats.
Holy cow, 10 dogs? That's a full-time job.
Probably outdoor animals, too.
Yeah.
They
Well,
probably...
she said that the 23 foster dogs live outside, but the 10 personal dogs are inside.
Yikes.
And her husband
They
said
probably have a
only
big place.
only one can sleep in the bed with them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a
You
good way
don't want to
to
let all 10 of them.
It's a good way to operate.
But on top of that, she was sharing some stories of one of the dogs that she picked up. She said that she found him on the side of the road. He was an 18-year-old blind dachshund. So sad.
A little dachshund?
And someone
Just put
just
him down.
left him. So she picked him up because she was thinking, well, he doesn't have much time left.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give him the last few months
Nice.
of his life to be better. She called him Rigby,
Nice.
and that is short for rigor mortis.
That's
But
pretty
she
great.
said that he caught his second win. She's had him now for I think 2 years.
Oh, wow.
in the
And he's
world.
doing a lot better.
That's amazing.
And so I don't know. Rigby's doing great. He's doing great. She's also got donkeys named Betsy and Bernard.
I want
and
it.
Betsy is
Yeah.
No, you don't.
expecting.
I would
Don't
love to have
want
a donkey. I
No.
would.
No, the sound that comes out of a donkey is awful.
Yeah.
That thing is
scream.
scary. It's like it sounds like it's grating and
They
it's
put
so
donkeys,
bad.
and you ever wonder why people have donkeys?
Yeah, they
you
call
drive
them
by.
horses.
What's that?
Oh, I don't know. What are you gonna say?
They actually are really good at protecting the flocks. Like
Yeah, that's
from,
why she
from
got them,
wolves
'cause
and
they have
things like that.
coyotes.
I've heard
Coyotes.
that they nip good.
Donkeys are really good at protecting.
Really?
Yeah.
But you don't want to get your dogs around them
I always
either.
thought the donkeys were on because my buddy's family owns a horse farm. I always thought they were there to, in essence, like calm the horses and socialize the horse. But I didn't know they were.
No, they're
defensive.
more troublemakers than
Yeah.
anything.
I didn't know they
and
were
stubborn.
protective.
I would love to have a miniature donkey. That and a miniature Himalayan
Miniature.
cow.
Oh.
Anything miniature is great.
Perfect.
Like that's the thing. When
Mini
you can
horses?
shrink it down, yes. Anything small like that, like dachshunds. Dachshunds is just a short-legged
No,
dog.
that's how pound puppies don't get homes because you go to a breeder and get a miniature
Man.
dachshund or a miniature
Okay.
Spending
chihuahua.
money on animals.
I
is
saw, yeah,
wild.
I saw a thing on trying to adopt animals from shelters now, and how crazy difficult it has become for some people just to do it because they make you sign these papers, and you're not going to do this, you're not going to do
You
this.
have to have two sources that they can call to
Yeah.
see about your character.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like new? We didn't
Yeah.
have to do that for Jasper.
No, well,
No,
they
they
were
were
trying to get rid of
ready to
Jasper. They're like,
They're like,
get
please,
no, but then and
hurry
then
before they change their mind.
they have the right to do unannounced visits in your home with the dog. Yeah.
No.
And then the point of this article
dog.
was this lady went to try and get this dog. So they get the dog, and she doesn't sign the paper. She's like, that's crazy. So they get the dog, and then like 2 weeks later, the place comes and they're like, we're taking your dog back. You didn't sign this paper right. And she's like, what? We're already connected to it. Like, you didn't sign it. Sorry. And so she signed it because her kids had already bonded with the dog, but it was all these rules after the fact. It's crazy. I remember when I got our cats, and they're like, okay, and so you can get these cats, and then you sign this thing, and you're not going to declaw them, right? And I'm like, right. It's horrible. Snip. Like, no, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do after I adopt
so
this
many
dog. You're
places
insane.
so many places are overpopulated too with
Yeah.
shelter
I know.
animals. Like you
I think
have
a lot of them
places that
threaten
struggle.
that they will come and visit, but
Yeah.
they don't.
But that's a problem. Like, you have people that love animals so much, and I get it. Their hearts are in the right. Their
kinda
hearts
like
are
adoption,
to protect
yeah.
animals, but then they become the problem. And so this one lady, the subject of this article, was like, "I'm going to a breeder now. Like, you forced me because you made this so difficult and made it not a good experience. I'm going to go to some place. I'm going to pay more, but they're going to treat me well, and I'm going to get a good, healthy dog and like forget you. You know."
Not
Anyway.
to justify your actions.
What were my actions again? I got lost.
I don't know.
Miniature everything.
Yes, I want miniature everything. Miniature everything is cute.
Yeah.
Also,
that's
too,
awesome.
Millie Bobby Brown has a pony named Lemonade
Oh.
and a rabbit named Bellatrix.
I would like, there's parts of me
Harry
that would
Potter.
like to have a little miniature farm, like when I see Spencer's family has a miniature farm, and it's pretty cool. But I would not want to do that with a full-time job. Like,
Yeah.
if that
Well,
was what you did,
Because they're actors though, and I think he's an actor too. But I mean, their
Yeah, but they
jobs
have a
are-
lot of downtime.
They're so seasonal. But you're right with a full time like this.
where like you worked all day and you're exhausted, and you come home and you're like, I have to go feed horses and scoop poop now. I don't
Dogs
have an
are
option.
enough.
Right.
We have 6 minutes before we've got to get to a meeting.
I love meetings. Let's go.
But I do have 2 comments that I would like to read. These are from potties. We have no birthdays today, so I'm going to skip straight to this.
Go for it.
These are 2 potties that saw some things that we posted. You can actually be a potty. This is where we keep you updated on the things going on behind the scenes in the podcast, Aftercast. Just text the word potty, PODDIE, to 91979, and you can join. Guillermo.
That's our guy.
Guillermo.
Yes. He said about Friday's Aftercast, he said, Wally explained for like 20 minutes why his wife cannot decide on where to eat. Wally, why are you complaining? That's how she is wired.
Touche. I get it
Because
now.
Wally always uses that.
I see what you did
well,
there.
that's the way I'm wired, so
It
what
is
can
the
I
way.
say?
Yeah, but when I'm wired right, it's okay.
Amen.
Oh, my gosh. And then Jared, he saw the video that you posted about your new desk. The F1 desk or whatever. And he said that you've lost your man card because he said it's a leaf spring, not a strut.
Oh,
Wally.
you know what? That's fair. He's 100% right. I'm going to go take the desk apart today. You're right. I'm going to smash it with a hammer.
Jeans.
He is 100% right. The only thing that's going to make me save this is I'm building my own decks to go with it. So and I was welding like
and
a
he's
boss
gonna
yesterday.
Put a leaf spring
Yes.
on it,
What
not
was
a
that?
strut.
No.
Spring?
A leaf spring, and
Not a
he's
strut.
right. Yeah, he was absolutely right. So thank you.
So
I
while he
appreciate the
knows
correction.
nothing, he also spends way too much time on TikTok. His wife is just built that way.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Yeah.
But he's going to judge everyone else, and he wants everything miniature. Kill all the pound puppies. He wants the
I didn't
breeder
go to that
puppies.
point.
Quite
Yes,
what he
he
said.
did.
Well,
you heard it here.
Don't make it so difficult.
wayfm.com.
Don't make it so difficult. Then
Yeah.
that's on you.
Go spend $5,000 on a puppy somewhere.
Oh, I wouldn't do that either. That's crazy town. Yeah, what's the most you would spend for a dog? Rock, you were talking about getting a dog at one point.
I
$90.
was looking at one, and it was $600, and I thought,
I guess you do that. Oh, really?
because then I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want anybody stepping on it. It not stepping on anything. I think I would wrap it in bubble wrap.
I
It's
think
just
that's
too much.
That's a low price for some breeders.
Yeah.
We had people who spent
No thanks.
$5,000 on
Yeah.
a hypoallergenic mini poodle.
Yeah,
type
no.
thing
Or
'cause
like
my
a
buddy's
Doberman.
allergic.
You could spend $5-6 on a German Shepherd.
German
easy.
Shepherds are
Why?
so
When you could get a
expensive.
cat out of a trash bag.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the
on.
thing. Like, if I could have guaranteed myself a very, designed creature, or at the time, Jasper, I might have been leaning towards the designed creature.
My friend got dogs from a breeder, the blue terrier or something like that, and the breeder would house train them for you. So when you got them, they were ready to go. Like, how great is that?
I think that I mean, when you adopt a dog from a shelter, you just don't
Pay
know.
your money, take your chances,
You don't
and that's
know.
okay. And I love shelter. I get shelter cats, so like I.
He hates them all.
Oh, that's it.
They
okay.
need homes.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for your Aftercast.
As
Thanks for
always,
reading
thanks
about
for
it.
everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.